Well, thank you, Tracy. On behalf of the Democratic Unionist Party, can I thank you for the sterling job you are doing in Belfast City Hall, representing this party, unionism, and indeed Northern Ireland. Good morning, everyone. Are you enjoying conference?
Yes.
Is there fire in your bellies?
Yes.
Are you on the edge of your seats? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to bring you on a journey. Conference, we live in the midst of a tense, volatile world. And one thing is becoming more and more obvious with each waking day. The winds of change are gathering pace. Can you feel it? Change isn't just coming. I believe that change is already here. Why? Because people across Northern Ireland, young and old, people from every background, know something isn't right. The status quo is broken. We face a decadent establishment, an establishment set against ordinary people. They want open borders with no control. They want to ease the protections and erase them of gender and sex. They want to appease an Irish government on legacy. And they want to keep physical barriers up across our proud United Kingdom. We say this cannot stand. This will not stand, conference. Our party began at the grassroots. We were an activist movement before we were ever an electoral force. We defended unionist freedoms. We stood firm on family-focused principles. And conference, it was because we held firm to these principles that the DUP was for years the target of relentless attack. We were mocked. We were vilified. But we did not bend. And once again, the battle lines are drawn. Once again, we are called to stand. We are told that young people of today are all woke, and that if you want to reach them, the only option is to become woke yourself. To that I say complete and utter rubbish. This generation is finished with fake news. They are finished with fake politicians, finished with plastic gestures. They don't want gimmicks. They don't want dad dancing at the disco. They want authenticity. They want conviction. They want courage. Conference. This week, America will lay to rest the great Charlie Kirk. A man murdered, not because of the words that he spoke, but because our young people were prepared to listen. He set the bar. He showed that young people, when they stand on principle, when they live by faith, when they speak the truth, they can change the culture around them. And like Charlie, we will give this generation common sense principles. From health to education, from communities to the economy, we will give them policies that strengthen the family, and we will give them hope for the future. When I launched the Let Kids Be Kids campaign, I knew the loony lefties would try to bully us. I was told to quit, to sit down. But let me tell you, conference, I didn't let them bully me then, and we will not be bullied now. We will not be bullied by Sinn Féin or the sanctimonious Alliance Party. We will not be forced to bend the knee to cancel culture or the woke mob. We will stand tall for common sense, majorities right across this country, and we will do it with confidence. While we're on the subject of bullies, I hear it's open season for the big bad teachers. Naomi Long has told us that Paul's policy on pronouns would create bullying from teachers and staff. To be fair, I would have laughed out loud, but if I had have said he, they would have reported me to the Speaker. That's not how I know the decent teachers in this country. And where was her apology? That's right, it never came. They don't do apologies conference. Paul was right to take a stand. And we as a party will proudly stand with him. And so have the common sense majority across Northern Ireland. And that is the point, conference. When we take a stand on education and the family, the creepy coalition of Sinn Féin, the SDLP and Alliance sneers, bullies and ridicules. Parties of different colours, yet exactly the same policies. All competing to see who can be the most woke. They say they defend women's rights, yet they can't even tell us what it actually means to be a woman. They say they want economic prosperity, yet back policies that hurt businesses. They say they want to support parents, but disempower them at every turn. They say 1 month that they will support the farmer, but yet at the very next moment, they vote against them. And the contradictions go further still. They say they stand for working families, yet they cheer for endless, uncontrolled immigration, pushing up rents and straining our public services. Who do they think they are kidding, conference? The incoherence, the chaos, the hypocrisy, it is all so plain to see. Mr. Chairman, our mission statement is clear: to restore common sense. To re-establish the family-focused foundations of our society, to be the voice for the ordinary man, woman and child. Because believe me, people are crying out for that voice. The voice of reason. The adult in the room. Let me be clear about our stand in the months ahead. We will defend parental rights. We will let kids be kids. Our Education Minister, Paul Givan, has already taken a stand against a radical ideology in our schools, and we will continue to back him every step of the way. On farming, we will continue to be the voice that farmers are calling for. We will oppose Andrew Muir's extremism at every turn, conference, because farming families are the backbone of this country. And more importantly, we will be with them when everyone else has turned their backs and looked the other way. Conference, freedom of speech and personal liberty are not gifts bestowed on us from government, where we can say what we want as long as it fits their narrative. We see the mainstream media, civil servants, lawyers and quangos trying to police our words, censor our thoughts and silence our conscience. We will not be muzzled. We will not be silenced. True liberty means the freedom to speak the truth, the freedom to live by conviction, and the freedom to raise our families without interference. Members, we must also voice our concerns over a broken immigration policy. It is a privilege to live in the United Kingdom, and not an opportunity to be exploited. And with that opportunity comes an obligation to respect our values and to positively contribute to our great nation. Those that come illegally and abuse our system break our laws, and burden our services should know exactly where we stand. No entry, no welcome, not even time to take off your coat. The Alliance, Sinn Féin and the SDLP's policy on immigration is a revolving door, a free-for-all, and only the ordinary taxpayer foots the bill and lives with the consequences. A policy of disorder and chaos conference. With this comes an added layer of responsibility to those in this room. To the many nationalists who feel betrayed by nationalist parties on illegal immigration or abandoned on the matter of common sense. Be assured, we will hold their feet to the fire and call out their ridiculous, dangerous dereliction of duty. We will call out their sneering attitudes towards those with heartfelt, lived experience at each and every opportunity. We will remind them that common sense should never be confined to one community. Surely, conference, it is not too much to ask for an immigration policy that is in our national interest. Remember, in a world full of competing pressures, it is not hate, it is not extreme to put your own people first. But let me be clear, the only immigration policy that we will ever support is one that applies to the whole United Kingdom. Northern Ireland cannot be left behind. On national issues of trade, borders and sovereignty, we say loud and clear, one law, one border, one nation. We know a society without law and order is a society without justice. And today we see criminals emboldened whilst victims are too often forgotten. We see two-tier policing, where some are allowed to break the law with impunity, whilst others, ordinary people, are held to the strictest of standards. That is not justice. That is hypocrisy. It is to this nation's shame conference that ordinary people have lost faith in the rule of law. It is with utter disgust that we look at a culture of lenient sentencing and reoffending. Naomi Long, read our lips. We don't need a minister for Twitter or X. We need a minister for justice. Conference, we will not stop there. We will campaign and deliver on every issue that matters to everyday, hard-working people across Northern Ireland. We are their voice, and we stand up boldly for them. Our vision is a simple one. A Northern Ireland where families are strong, where businesses thrive, where the farmer is outstanding in his field, where education builds up and does not tear down, where every child safely goes to school with their future ahead of them, a country where work is rewarded, liberty is protected, and faith is respected, where families gather around the table in security and hope. That is the future that we believe in. That is the future that we will fight for. Members, this speech is for you. So can I ask, are you ready to take the stand with me? Are you ready to be part of the winds of change? Together, we will meet it. Together, we will move forward, and together, conference, we will win. Thank you very much.